4 years ago, Dr. Skinner, the greatest genius in the world, invented a miracle medicine called Hapna. It was the ultimate painkiller that made humans completely immune to any sort of pain. Since it was cheap and had no side effects at all, it instantly conquered the global pharmaceutical market. Hapna became the medicine that saved the world. But then one day, Skinner vanished without a trace, and no one knew what he was planning. Unbothered by any of this, 23-year-old Axel Gilbert is currently serving a sentence of 888 years in prison for a whole lot of crimes. He doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all. One morning, as he is doing his regular gymnastics routine, the prison guard tells him that he has a guest. The guard leads Axel to the meeting area, where a middle-aged woman named Hers is waiting for him. Axel has never seen her before, so he asks her if she is a lawyer trying to get fame by helping him, or if she is a hitman sent to silence him. Hers tells him that she is a bit of both, but that is not important. She tells Axel that she is here to ask a favor of him, and if he agrees to help her, he will be a free man. Axel is curious about what she wants, and Hers asks him if he knows about Hapna and Dr. Skinner. She tells him that Skinner vanished 3 years ago, but now he is suddenly back, and his single message has sent the world into chaos. Hers shows Axel a video that is simultaneously uploaded on every platform in the world. In that, Skinner declares that if one cannot feel pain, he is basically dead. He calls humanity a dead species because of its dependence on Hapna, and says that he always felt that humans were a terrible species that focused only on short-term gain and destroyed their environment in the process. He declares that humans do not deserve to keep on living and spreading misfortunes wherever they go, and that is why he developed Hapna. Skinner says that Hapna was never just a painkiller. He had specifically engineered it to remain in the human body once it was consumed. After waiting for 3 years, it would turn into a poison that would kill anyone without fail. There is no way to remove the toxin from the body, and humans will start dying after 30 days. However, before ending his message, Skinner says that he has a cure for Hapna, and if someone can find him within 30 days, humanity can still be saved. This video creates panic and chaos throughout the world, but Axel couldn't care less about it. Hers tells him that she knew Skinner personally, and in the past, he was truly a saint. She tells him that the favor she asks of him is to find Skinner. But just then, the prison guard arrives there to take Axel back to his cell as visiting time is over. Axel gets up pretending to cooperate, but then he suddenly pushes the guard back. The guard draws his gun in response, but Axel uses his acrobatics to disarm and then knock him down. He then picks up the gun and points it at Hers. Before the rest of the guards can do anything, using her as a hostage, he gets the guards to take off his handcuffs and then makes a run for it. Jumping over delivery robots and avoiding the guards trying to capture him, one guard grabs his legs. So Axel throws him 2 stories below and then climbs up another floor, where more cops come to stop him. Axel easily beats them, and then jumps across the railing, going to another part of the prison to escape. But another guard is waiting there for him. The guard presses his throat against the metal railing. However, Axel pulls on his necktie, slamming his head on the metal and escaping. After knocking down a few more guards, Axel climbs up the prison walls and shoots the grills of an air vent to open a path for himself. He reaches the roof of the prison facility using the vents and starts running away, but Hers calls her driver, Doug, to follow him and make sure he is caught. Doug and Hers begin chasing after Axel in their high-tech car, and she orders their tech support, Elena, to keep an eye on all police communication and GPS in case they find Axel before them. In the meantime, chaos begins spreading throughout the world. After Skinner's video was revealed, riots have started in many places, with people setting pharmaceutical companies on fire because of their anger at Hapna. Even as the US government and all the governments across the world gather their best scientists to analyze Hapna and find a cure, the hope of finding a cure within 30 days remains very faint. All the pharmaceutical companies recall Hapna from their outlets, and the global share markets fall terribly. But none of these things concern Axel, who is just chilling on the streets like he didn't just escape from prison. A cop suddenly stops him because of his prison uniform, but Axel just tells him that it is the latest fashion trending amongst youngsters like him. The stupid guy totally believes him, and by the time he gets a report about a prisoner breaking out of jail, Axel is already in a clothing store to get a fresh outfit. Meanwhile, in the city of Babylonia, a high-ranking government official tells hers that they are trying to analyze Hapna. But even the collective efforts of the world's best scientists are not enough in front of Skinner's genius. Hers says that their only option is to find Skinner, and she has almost assembled her dream team for it. But the last guy is currently on the run. She promises that she will find him by the end of the day, and the official tells her that her team might be humanity's last hope. A few hours later, as Axel is strolling through a railway station, the security cameras identify him as the fugitive, and all the screens immediately display his picture while telling him to surrender. He takes that as a challenge and begins running through the station, dodging the cops and security drones. However, Elena, the tech support, is notified about that, and she immediately contacts the rest of Hearst's team about Axel's location. As Axel is out, Parker away from the station, the biker girl Chris rides toward his location, while Doug goes to pick up Leland, the last member of their team. Axel jumps through buildings and rooftops, dodging and smashing the drones on his way. But Elena predicts the place he will go in 5 minutes, and Doug asks Chris to be ready there. He tells her to steer Axel to the north and tells her that she has the permission to open fire on him, and that is all Chris wants to hear. She waits for Axel to finish showing off his acrobatic skills as he reaches the roof of a building through a construction zone, and as soon as he is in her range, she starts shooting at him. She deliberately misses to make him run away from her to a place where Doug is already waiting for him. Doug tells Leland to support him with a drone and then climbs up a building. Soon, Axel reaches the rooftop of the same building with no place to jump to. Doug points his gun at him, telling him to stop immediately. Axel puts his hands up and tries provoking him so that they engage in a close-range fight, but Doug already knows about his tactics. He tells Axel that his taunts won't work and asks him to surrender because there is no way out for him now. However, Axel tells him that there is always a way, and then jumps from the roof. Doug panics because he was not expecting that. But then Axel grabs Leland's drone and uses it to land safely on a truck. He gets on the ground without any problem. But just as he is about to escape, Chris calls out to him, clicking his pictures cheerfully. She acts like a fan, saying that he just gave the most impressive Parker performance she has ever seen in her life. She demands a selfie with him, and being a closeted show-off, Axel can't say no to her. However, that turns out to be his only mistake, as Chris stuns him using her bracelet, and Axel is knocked out cold. When he wakes up the next day, he finds himself in a barber shop, with Elena hiding in a corner. Axel is confused about what is happening, but just then, the rest of the group arrives there. The mirror in front of them turns out to be a screen, and through it, hers welcomes Axel to Team Lazarus, the people who are going to save humanity. This is the end of Lazarus, Episode 1. Thank you so much for staying on this channel and watching our videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep you updated with our latest content. See you in the next video.